The most important connection that you will ever have to tend to is the connection between you and the part of yourself that we like to call your inner being. You were once your inner being, but then you decided to come into this physical form because you made the decision from non-physical that being in this physical form would be the best that life could offer. So here you came for the visceral experience of being sourced in a body, and now you have to tend to that connection. And your inner being is at a high frequency because your inner being's point of attraction includes all that you have become as a result of your life. So if you've experienced a shortage of money, your inner being is over there with your trillions and billions and all of your empires. And all you have to do is just align with your inner being, because and what that means is your inner being has a perspective, and your perspective and your inner being's perspective, sometimes they match and you feel good, and sometimes they don't match, and that means you don't feel good. You feel negative emotion. That's why we say negative emotion is actually so useful, and it's not only so useful, it's amazing. Negative emotion is something to celebrate about, because when you feel negative emotion, there's nothing more that proves the validity and the presence of what you want and the sureness of what you want than negative emotion. Negative emotion means that you've come so far. Negative emotion means that what you want is real, because your inner being sees it as real, and in this moment you don't see it as real, so you have negative emotion. And sometimes and as a physical creature, you think your emotions are about all of these physical things you're looking at. So you think your emotions are about your manifestations and your opinion about them, but really your emotions are about your thoughts. And usually you're offering all of your thought in response to what you're seeing, and that's useful if what you're seeing is good. But in the case that it's not, then you have to find a way to look at reality different. But how can you look at reality different? What does that mean? Because if I have a reality that I'm seeing with my eyes, then where can this idea of a new reality come from without making me look crazy? And that's the thing, is that your emotions can be conjured in your mind. And that's what we want to talk about today. There is this process called virtual reality. And in your virtual reality, you can create life exactly the way you want it to be. You can conjure this image in your mind. You can go to this place in your mind of your creation, and it can be exactly the way you want it. So in your virtual reality, you're not going to create this house with a leaky roof and then think of all of the people that will come and all the workers that will come and fix this leaky roof. No, in your virtual reality, you'll create a house that has a perfect roof, that is up to date and is perfect. Because you can't think about your problems and then imagine a solution, because while you're doing that, you're bringing your problem into the mix too, and then you don't ever get a headway into your desires, into your vibrational reality, into really getting the things that we want it to be. Because visualization is effective unless you're trying to solve your problems in your visualizations. The thing about visualizations, and really the thing about virtual reality, is that you want to completely abandon reality. And we say abandon reality because we want it to seem dramatic, because we want you to just realize that reality, you just can't do anything to help it. It's over. It's already over, and it's already old news. So now offer a different vibration. Find a way in vibrational reality and virtual reality. It helps with that. It helps you offer a vibration that's different than what you're seeing, because now you're in the driver's seat. Now you can offer your vibration in whatever way you choose to. You don't have to see something in order to vibrate a vibration about it. Meaning, you don't have to be a millionaire in order to see the vision of being a millionaire in your mind. And then guess what? Law of attraction gives it to you. The $1 million, that is, because it doesn't know the difference between what you're seeing with your eyes and what you're feeling with your solar plexus. It doesn't know the difference. And so that's what the virtual reality is all about. But remember, virtual reality is not about solving problems. Virtual reality is about creating a mind in your place where not the perfect, but we'll say perfect in a sense where it's exactly the way you want it to be. And you can go right there in your mind. Meaning, if you're broke, create a place in your mind where you're just so rich, where you have so much money, where there's money dripping out of your pores, where there's money flowing from everywhere, where you just have so much money. You're just waking up and finding ways to spend it. You're like, I just need so many things. I just need to spend my money on anything. Please give me something to buy, because that's how rich you are. That's what your virtual reality is. Because in your head, everything can be exactly the way you want it. And we're really saying that a lot to punctuate it, so that you really realize that your vibrational offering doesn't only have to be about what you're looking at. Your vibrational offering, meaning your point of attraction, can B, you can conjure, you can control it, you can create the image that you have an emotional reaction towards. And so things get very interesting when you realize that, because now in your mind you're living a completely different reality. And what that means is you're offering your point of attraction is completely different than what you were offering yesterday, because now your vibrational offering is not about what you're seeing only. It's actually about what you want to see. It's about it's about what you want to see. And then guess what happens? Because the more you practice this virtual reality, the more practice it gets, the more easier it gets to get to that place, and then your life transforms, and then you go there. Because here's the thing, the regular human way of doing things is just sitting there and complaining. But we're saying, why complain? Why try to solve problems? Why try to get to the bottom of your problems? Why try to find a process, one more extra process that will help you get rid of your poverty? Why not just build a place in your mind where the poverty doesn't exist? Because how do I do that? What does it mean to do that? It means it's like a movie. It's like you're a screenwriter, and you can create the scene exactly the way you want it. Because friends, it's so easy. All of this is so easy. It's just about universal response. But the thing about universal response is that you have to make sure that you're broadcasting what you want to. And we are teaching you a process that will literally help you broadcast the vibration of your choosing into the ethers, into the law of attraction. So law of attraction can dish it up for you. And guess what? Guess what happens? Law of attraction gives it to you, because at one point or the other, you become so blended that law of attraction is like, is this person really a billionaire or in their virtual reality? I mean, is there $1 billion? Is it a virtual reality or is it a real reality? We don't know the difference. So here's your billions of dollars, and it's yielded to you on so many avenues. And your inner being is backing you up on all of these little choices. Your inner being is backing you up on every single way, because your inner being knows where everything is. Your inner being is literally what your emotions are there for, because you think your emotions are about manifestations, but your emotions are about your thoughts. It's about, does this thought match my inner being? Nope. Let me think a different thought. Like, when you feel negative emotion, it's something to celebrate. You didn't come to beat yourself up for negative emotion. You didn't come to judge yourself for it. You just came to be like, oh, I'm feeling negative, so now let me change my thought. Let me change the way I'm thinking. That's it. Like, let me just change directions. It wasn't meant to be a struggle, and that's the thing. It's not meant to be a struggle. And the thing about your inner being is that if your inner being knows who you are and your emotions are about your inner being, then what's your inner being's perspective? Meaning, what is your inner being thinking? If I'm thinking something different than my inner being, if I'm thinking that I'm poor and I feel negative emotions, so what is my inner being thinking? Your inner being is thinking that you're rich. Your inner being is thinking, you are so rich, you are so wealthy, there's money everywhere for you. And you see how that's a virtual reality? Because your inner being is literally feeding it to you. Your inner being is broadcasting to you. And all you have to do is seek connection to your inner being, because your inner being will feed you the virtual reality. Your inner being will tell you the truth. Your inner being will weave you a story. And isn't that crazy? Your inner being broadcasts you the signal, and all you have to do is sniff it out, feel it, the trail out, and then your inner being does it all for you. And that's what we're saying, is that it's just easier to just, that's why we say feel good, because feeling good is productive, because when you're feeling good, you're literally tuning into your source. And here's the thing, you have to be selfish enough in order to prioritize your connection. You have to be selfish enough to be connected, because that's all you have to offer anyone. And if you're not selfish enough, if you're considering what everyone else wants, then guess what? You don't have a connection, and you can't help yourself or them. And so that's how it works too with this connection, is that, for example, like, if you're an artist and your connection is very valuable, because through this connection you're creating books, and you know when you're in the zone, you know when that paintbrush hits the canvas, you know when you're in the zone, you know when the painting paints itself and you're just the vessel through which it comes through. You know the difference. You know what it feels like to be in the zone. That's the thing, is that your connection, especially when you're an artist, the inclination is that through this connection, with this connection, you're considering what everyone else wants. It's like, here's this artwork, but what does everyone else want? What are people gonna say? So you tweak your artwork, and then it goes nowhere, because your connection is not up. You can't introduce other people's opinion into your connection, because then you lose your connection. That's the thing, because what they think is so loaded. But if it's just about you and you, because your inner being thinks you're the best painter in the world, your inner being thinks you're the best, so now you have to think you're the best too, because or else you won't feel good. And think about the power of that. Think about the momentum, because your inner being is like, we will put you under our spell, and then momentum can ensue, and everything you want can come out of the vibrational reality. And it's all so easy. Virtual reality, connection to inner being, those are two major things, because they kind of go hand in hand, because your inner being is here offering a signal. Your inner being knows where everything is. Your inner being is your broader aspect. You have connection to that broader aspect. through your emotions. And through your emotions, you can create. Through your emotions, you can know what you're creating. So if you lean in the direction of feeling good, and what feels good, virtual reality, why deal with problems when in your mind, you can just live a new life. You can just completely create a whole new scenario. Why complain about the life when you can just have a new life in your head and enjoy it, and then see it in your reality? Why not just do that? Why work hard when you can just think whatever you want? Because here's the thing, you have freedom, and before you start to defend yourself and be like, well, I can't do this and I can't do this and I have to wake up and do this and blah blah blah, you have freedom to think whatever thoughts you want, because that's your true freedom. You can think whatever thoughts you want, and then when you think whatever thoughts you want, you can basically create your own point of attraction, and your point of attraction is what law of attraction is responding to anyways. So then it's just like, okay, I'm ready. So it's like you have your tools. You are ready to create the life that you want now. You are ready to create the life that you want now, because now you understand it's all about response. It's all about offering a response. And if I want something different, let me just change my offering, and then I'll get a different response. And how do I do that? If I'm poor, then how can I get more money? It's not about, and then the way is not through thinking that I'm poor and then trying to find a way to change that poorness right now in this reality, in this moment, is realizing that I'm poor, but in my mind, I don't have to be poor. In my mind, I can be rich. In my mind, I can be rich. In my mind, I can be a billionaire. In my mind, I can be the most successful artist that this world's ever seen. In my mind, I can be all these things. And guess what? This is the crazy thing, is that if I can make those places feel good, then my reality has to catch up with that virtual reality. My reality has to come up with those, has to catch up with those daydreams, and they will, because guess what? It is a law. It is a law of attraction. Things are working out for you. You should let yourself off the hook more. You should chill out, because it's all just going to plan. That's what's so funny, is that everything is going to plan, and you'll always get what you're ready for. And you'll never be without your connection. You will always have your connection to your inner being, so you can never really get lost. Your inner being has your back. So you don't have to worry about getting all the way over there, because you'll never get all the way there, because you're eternal and you have all of eternity anyway. So what's the rush? Just enjoy where you are and realize that it's your job to conjure the image anyways. It's your job to create the virtual reality, because nothing else will do. Reality will never do for a creator like you. You're too powerful. You are so powerful. Wherever you focus, you're literally directing non-physical energy. So direct it in a way where you're getting what you want. That's what we want. We want you to be so selfish. That's all about what do I want. And so the art of allowing, the art of using law of attraction to your benefit, is the art of contouring your thoughts so that you can allow the most amount of source into your life, into your moment right now. And so all of your moments can blow up and be these huge things where you're literally sourced in a body, where you're literally seeing things differently, where you're seeing the colors, where you're touching things differently, where people see you as different. And it's our truest attention to, and we know, because we know the laws of the universe. We are experts at vibration. We know that when you go along with your inner being, when you think you're the best artist ever, and you don't have a choice, because you're like, my inner being thinks it, and if I want to feel good, then I have to think that. And if I don't think that, if I think that, oh, what if people don't like me, then I get crossways of my connection, and then I feel bad. And it's not even about them anyways. It's not about what they think. It's about what I think they think. So if it's about what I think they think, then I can control what they think. That's what we're saying, is that you can control everything. You can control everything, because you're the point of attraction. You can even control people's behavior. You can control everything, but it starts with you. When you change you, because you're deciding what you're attached to, you're inviting everything. So if you change if you change your point of attraction, if you change you, then you can change whatever comes into you in response. That's what we're saying, is that it's all up to you, and you can do something about it. You are the creator of your reality.